Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Christmas Eve day. That's what it is here. Tomorrow's Christmas Day, and so there's a lot to do around here today. I'm going to be helping shortly. It's fairly early. I got my cup of coffee. Cheers. First, a cheers to a guy who's done a lot of YouTube videos. Back in the day when I used to do hangouts and talk to a lot of these guys about movies and stuff, he was one of the guys that was on those hangouts. Always had a lot to say, and was always kind of a spark of energy and enthusiasm about movies and just life in general. And that is Roger Donstar of Channel Donstar. It's not his real name, but in any event, I understand he's ill. He's been ill for a little while. He's got some kidney and liver issues. I wish him nothing but the best. It's a terrible time of year to be sick. Any time would be bad with those things, but a terrible time to be sick with that. So I wish Roger well, and those of you who are fans of Channel Donstar, give him your prayers and your thoughts, and hopefully he recovers, is able to come back to YouTube at some point. Hey guys, so Christmas Eve, and I got a package in the mail the other day. My wife thought it might have been somebody else that got it for me, but it was from somebody on YouTube. Guy I've known for years on YouTube, had a great channel. He's got so many channels now, I can't keep track of all of them. Falagar is his name. Sam is his name, but Falagar is who he's gone by mostly. So I'm going to try. See, I said post it to his old channel, but I'm not even sure what his old channel is anymore. So at one point it was Falagar. It was Falagar 517, because I think his birthday is May 17th, if I'm remembering correctly. He's a great guy. In fact, I know he's not somebody who has a lot of excess cash. In fact, I would say he has none. Somehow he managed to get me this. He didn't steal it, but I don't know how he got it. He managed to get some money somehow. So this is really nice, because I love this group of movies, and I love the Legacy collection. Period. But this one and The Wolfman, I think, would be my favorites of all of them. And that is The Mummy. This is the complete Legacy collection of The Mummy. It includes all 6 films from the original Legacy from 1935 to 1955. Is it 20 years? Wow. 1932 to 1955. That's a lot of years. Certainly Boris Karloff played The Mummy in some of those, but not all of those. So the 55 was Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. By that time, certainly The Mummy, Frankenstein, Dracula, The Wolfman were all pretty enshrined in the culture. And so in 55, I actually have the separately. I have the Abbott and Costello Meet All the Monsters. So any of the movies that had the monsters in it, I have that. So that should be good. I need more coffee. Coffee. So that's The Mummy. So you've got The Mummy from 1932, The Mummy's Hand, 1940, The Mummy's Tomb, 1942, The Mummy's Ghost, 1944, The Mummy's Curse, 1944, and then Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, 1955. I'm almost positive Karloff was not the Mummy for all these. I don't remember who the other one was, though, off the top of my head. But I know Karloff was in the original, and probably in The Mummy's Hand, too. And I'll have to look it up. But this is going to tell me, and more. So you've got 6 films. It's on Blu-ray, of course, from Universal. These are the Legacy films. Bonus features Mummy Dearest, a horror tradition unearthed, and a documentary on mummies and the whole horror tradition of the mummies. He Who Made Monsters, the life and art of Jack Pierce, responsible for a lot of the special effects and the look of the mummy. Unraveling the Legacy of the Mummy. Mummy Archives and 2 feature commentaries, that's 2, and then theatrical trailers for each of the movies. So really looking forward to it. I can't tell from looking at this which one Karloff was in. For sure, it was the first one. I think the second one from the look of it. The third one does not look like Karloff. I'm going to guess it's not. And then obviously after that, I would say no. But what it says on the back is, and I'll read this, the original Mummy is one of the silver screen's most unforgettable characters, and along with the other Universal classic monsters, defined the Hollywood horror genre. The Mummy Complete Legacy Collection includes all 6 films from the original Legacy, including the terrifying classic starring Boris Karloff, and the timeless films that followed. These landmark motion pictures define the iconic look of the ancient Egyptian monster and continue to inspire countless remakes and adaptations that strengthen the legend of the Mummy to this day. And the length of the legend, I guess, too. Cool stuff. Of course, in almost all the Mummies, the plot was similar. You know, the original one, you'd see the... I don't remember off the top of my head the name of the I should remember it, but it's going to be like Ramen Al or something. It's going to be an odd name, and I wish I could remember it. Ramen Al or ramen like ramen noodles, something like that. Yeah. Well, I'll watch the movie. It's been a long time since I saw the Mummy, so I'll watch it. Boris Karloff, of course, is that character. He was in love with probably some like the Pharaoh's wife or daughter or lover. Secretly, they were lovers, and then Boris Karloff was singled out because of that and made a mummified alive. And so his goal now as a mummy is to come back and find the woman who looks like this Pharaoh's wife or Pharaoh's girlfriend or Pharaoh's lover. And normally it's supposed to be like her reincarnated. Don't know if it is or not. Or at least a version of her, I guess. And he wants to reincarnate that spirit of her into the body of this woman that looks like her. And so he is seeking to carry this woman off, to take her to a place, and then turn her into, like I said, here's a good picture right here. Turn her into the woman that he originally thought she would be, or thought she was. And here's Boris Karloff. There's always an assistant, too. There's always somebody, someplace that, like this dude, who is like, working with the mummy. There's Abbott and Costello. Nobody's working with him there. But there's always somebody who looks something like this, with a little hat on, like Boris Karloff has, a little tassel on it. And that person then is trying to help the mummy to get what he wants. Is it Carlos? Caras, K-A-R-A-S, I think maybe is the name. Now that I think about that. Anyway, looking forward to watching these. I'm going to pop it open. I haven't yet. My wife had it upstairs, and she found it. So I was able to do a video. I told Sam I'd throw it onto his channel. So I'm going to put it on the Dean of DVD channel, which doesn't get a lot of use these days. I have sort of retired from it, but for something like this, I'll make a special effort to do something. I may even do some top 10s or something. My reasoning for wanting to stop the channel has gotten a lot better. Originally, my idea was to spend more time with the family, particularly my wife. Kids are getting all older, and like a lot of marriages, we kind of neglected our marriage, focused on the kids, focused on work, focused on other things. So it was time to kind of get back to each other, which we've done. So the Mummy was the MRA case. Oh yeah, very nice. So each of the discs then has a picture of the mummy. I don't know if they're all the same. No, they're not. So you've got, let's see, is there really 6 discs in here? There can't be 6 discs in here. No, there's four discs and they'll sit a little bit, but they're fine. So you've got, and this is cool. All right, so what you got here is the mummy by itself, and really cool artwork out here. If you can see that face, I think you can. Then you've got the next 4 movies are on these 2 discs. There should be plenty of room on a Blu-ray for them and still have good quality. And then finally, the Abbott and Costello is on the last of the discs. And there's information about each of these as to who's in it. Lon Chaney Jr., cool. This is The Mummy's Curse. Love Lon Chaney Jr., by the way. John Carradine, it is Karras, K-H-A-R-I-S. Lon Chaney Jr. again in The Mummy's Ghost. So The Mummy's Curse and The Mummy's Ghost. Not sure who played the mummy in Abbott and Costello. Certainly neither of those two. In the Mummy's Tomb, Lon Chaney Jr. The Mummy's Hand, I don't know. I'm going to say maybe it was somebody named Dick Foran. And then, of course, the classic Boris Karloff. Just in the Mummy. He only made one. Of course, Karloff then was... Karloff ended up doing Frankenstein. I think they went to Lugosi and asked him if he wanted to do Frankenstein. He turned it down. But I can get it because you're playing a monster who grunts. Well, Karloff brought a lot of sensitivity to the monster, even with just those grunts, and so that was his ultimate role of Frankenstein. The Mummy was a one-off, I guess, for him. I remember he was really good as the Mummy, but I'm going to guess all the other mummies were not as good. So I'm going to guess that Lon Chaney Jr. did a pretty good job. I will have to look for the Wolfman, now the Legacy Collection, because Lon Chaney Jr., although he didn't play in all the Mummy or in all the Wolfman, he played in quite a bit. I do have the Legacy Collection of all the big movies. So I have the Mummy on Blu-ray, but just the Mummy, just the original Mummy, none of the other ones, and not these special features. So I'm looking forward to all this, and I just love this collection, the way this is housed in the slipcase. Very nice. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. You're a great guy. I wish you well. Hope your 2019 is a good one. And I'll see you soon. Dean of DVD. Cut. Try that again. Dean of DVD. Fuck it. Dean of DVD. I'll see you.